So do you know if, Marcia's gonna be over there at all? When you help at all? No. They thought we should find, paperwork checks for the insurance company, not just.
And I think she was having a lady from the state that her or
Okay.
during that enrollment period, is that what you're talking about?
No, I belong to that and help me with no expensive medicine. And I need 3 referrals to turn down, but I can't get one for print. I was gonna see if I could help them.
Trying to rip it out of my hand.
That's not what you bring in.
Or is it on her information?
No, I have that site,
Oh, okay.
but I just, it won't print for some reason.
Well, you will have no. Then, yeah, I have no idea when I'll be over there now.
Or maybe I'll just give you a call.
Perfect.
Okay.
Do you need my card? You need a card on.
Oh, really?
I really don't have my cards on me.
I know. How are you doing?
Any better, I'd be you. How you been?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't wonder.
That's exciting.
No, for her.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's down there. I don't know if a particular. Well, if they go to try, we're talking about 20.
She don't anymore.
Right? Oh, good.
I have to eat.
Because they could tell us. Whereas when this was all done.
I just used it.
Good night.
There is. I just don't like if anything should. I'll make sure.
Just, you got me.
Oh, right.
Oh, perfect.
This is.
Have an extra one.
Every day. We'll have seasonal things, but instead of only whatever we don't. Seasonal, that's been ordered. Oh, God. Yeah, we have no idea. I know we have one here. But I don't know.
My big mistake, when I forgot to go work in Narnia. Oh, God, I forgot. Oh, Lordy, yeah, would take that off. Yeah, I think it's gonna be, I guess that's not a smart thing. We wanna work in the.
I can put them.
I gotta be.
Well, yeah, I know.
I'll let you know.
And I think that's more money too.
I'm sure that you can for you.
They're expensive.
Somewhere.
And see back. Yeah. I should probably.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, they said that.
Yeah, that's a good matter, but.
You got it. You got it. I do.
Well,
No, I don't think so. Oh, just see.
yeah, well, then not that construction.
You got the destruction?
I think that should get some.
I've never been in one of these. No, it's a good time to go, see what's going on.
Like the library.
See where-
Oh, yeah.
They don't, that's the thing. Maybe Larry can get the answers.
Karen's house, courthouse.
They then the meeting, right? Better come with what is handled.
This is the name AV. Oh, that. Hey, Bruce. Hi, how you doing, Bill? It's BYOB.
Well, you know, I think we did. It's clear, so they'll never know.
Anything is appreciated.
Oh. What a nice afternoon.
I'll let you know here in about an hour.
People? Oh, Mr.
I grew up here.
People giving me.
Was there another one of the,
The weather.
you have more of the meeting minutes? Is that what it is?
I've never
But
done it.
do we have-
We don't.
That's okay.
Mine.
Jackie.
Print your name, whatever, nobody does. Actually,
We know when to go along. And that's good.
Good. Punctual. We will call the meeting to order. Yep, we are recording. Commissioners, weekly working session of January 5th, 2026, 14:01. Public comments on non-agenda items. Public comments on agenda items. Moving along.
I don't know what that means by agenda items and that's. I was just wondering if this is a working meeting, right? Where
This is a standing meeting we have every week, yes.
do you want information on, I was thinking since our last meeting, the goal is to increase income, decrease spending, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you aware of a spending or of an expenditure involving the volunteers?
In what capacity?
We have a number of volunteers who work at the senior center. On the list, there's 40 or 50. Whenever a person volunteers, they get a free lunch. When we were talking about the lunches last time, you said it cost $11 a lunch. Now, I volunteer quite a bit at the senior center. I get free lunches a week. That expenditure is, according to you guys, $11 a lunch, so that's
$33, yeah.
Are you aware of how much that expenditure really is? And maybe that's one place we could cut.
Definitely some food for thought.
Have you given that any thought? For instance, at the front desk, we have to keep track of number of volunteers who are eating.
Mhm.
And I would imagine that if there's at least 10 a week, probably more people than you realize are eating for free.
Yeah.
So let's just say it's 10 a week, which is probably a small number.
Sure.
That's $440 a week. That's $1,000 a month.
Mhm.
That's $5,000 a year.
Sure.
That's a big hunk of money.
Mhm.
I don't volunteer for the lunch, but I take advantage of the lunch because it's offered.
Sure.
I don't know how many, there's a lot of volunteers in here now. I don't know how many of them volunteer just because they get lunch.
Okay.
But if you're thinking of making cuts, that might be a place you want to look.
Okay. No, we'll take that under advisement. I think that's a really good idea. You know, it is a way to cut corners. Paying for those meals instead of. Oh, yeah. No, I think that's a really good idea that she brought forth. I think that's something that we can definitely explore as a commission as we move through this process of the Council on Aging.
Okay.
Thank you.
Another.
Yes, ma'am.
I would just like to make clear, because I also run bingo. And I also run the gift store. I want to clear up a misconception that we have heard a number of times. If it wasn't for bingo, we would have lunches. Some of you probably heard that too. Bingo does not cost the senior center any money.
Sure.
They think because Willie has a bag full of money, that's bingo's. It is not. It's our personal money.
Yep.
He's my cashier.
Sure.
He makes change for the bingo.
Sure.
Now, I approached Bill when he was there. I approached Heather when she was there. I approached the guy before Bill. And I approached Marcy when she was in charge about taking $5 a week out of the gift store. Since I run the gift store is completely donated items, doesn't cost the senior center anything to run. It makes a lot of money, a lot more than you probably realize. In fact, I have tried all year to get how much it brings in, and I have been unable to. In Christmas, I was able to keep track of how much it made. It made almost $400. So you're talking several $1,000s that the gift store brings in. I requested $5 a week for the bingo.
Yeah.
And everyone said yes. I mean, everyone that I had approached said yes. So it doesn't cost the gift store any money. It costs $5 a week from the gift store profit.
Yeah.
But once again, I would be interested to know how much the gift store brings in, but I have been unable to do that since I no longer handle the money.
Sure. Sure.
I mean, at one time I could tell you,
Mhm.
but I haven't been able to.
Cool. Yep. No,
I've never heard that before, that the money for bingo was an issue. I mean, I always knew, and the people I always talked to knew that it came from you guys.
People have come and told
Okay.
us if it wasn't for bingo, they would have more money. And
I haven't heard that before
and
either.
I'm sure some people in here have heard that too. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew that bingo doesn't cost
sure.
any
Yep.
money other than the $5 a week from the gift.
Okay. No, I appreciate the solution-focused conversation and giving us that information. That helps us with our job as well. So thank you.
The
Yes, sir.
only reason that she's talking about that $5 is for birthdays. Anybody that bingos on their birthday gets an extra $1 when they bingo
Oh, sure.
on their birthday. That's what the $5
It's
is.
just another
little gimmick to get them in and have fun. That's all it is.
Well, and I always thought that the $5 or the bingo brought people in to purchase more items out of the gift shop there.
Well, it does
It
that.
does that too.
So
Yes, it does
it
that.
more than pays for itself.
Yeah, yeah.
For your time.
Now, I should add, once a year, I did request $200 for a free day of bingo from the gift store money.
Mhm.
But when the gift store brings in a couple of $1,000, I figure that's, to ask, and it's all.
Brings in a lot of people and the gift store brings in a lot of money.
Mhm. I know I've bought a bunch of flies from there, yes. So so that was non-agenda items. We do have commissioners to provide update regarding council on aging on one of our agenda items. What's that, sir? Oh.
Speak up or get a mic or whatever.
So we do have the council on aging update regarding services there as an agenda item. So we will present on what we have done so far, since I'm sure that's why many of you are here. So we will provide an update for that. We will allow time for a Q&A. If you have any questions on that, on where we're at in the process, we're more than happy to try to answer those questions. So Commissioner Williams has taken lead on being the interim director. She's done a phenomenal job. You were there till what, 7, 8 o'clock on Friday night, organizing, getting things in order. So I really appreciate Commissioner Williams's tenacity in that. So how are things looking over there, Sherry?
Well, we've been trying to get organized. Sandy has been over there and very helpful with that, with the money. I've been trying to stay.
We can't hear you back there. Yeah, speak up.
I've been trying to stay up on the claims, been doing the cleaning as much as I can allow. I'm only one person. I'm exhausted by the end of the day between both places. We've got the kitchen organized, got a structure in there going. We're hoping to do inventory on the food here soon. So going forward, we know where things are sitting regarding ordering and what we have on hand, so we can reduce costs in that manner. I got several things going on. I mean, I could give you an update, but it's going to be a full page. But those are like the major things that we're trying to stay up on at this point. Contacting people. I'm in the process of contacting several people. I've talked to volunteers and asked for if the volunteers were going to stay so we could keep them on, maintain that. Hopefully, I would really like to see that the center hopefully gets our activities up and going sooner than later, at least one day, even a Tuesday. But I just ask for your patience because we are in a process where we do need to go in and restructure. We need to look at things heavily. And this all didn't occur overnight, and it's all not going to be resolved overnight. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're really focusing on trying to get the activities back into the center as soon as possible and moving forward from there. So I just ask for everyone's patience. We're only one person or 3 people, and we're trying to really get in there and dissect everything and go forward on good grounds, good sturdy grounds going forward. So.
And we do have the commodities state folks coming in on the 8th, right?
Correct.
So we'll be over at the senior center on the 8th, working with the state on the commodities. So you'll see us over there at that time. Any other updates?
Are you guys going to start applying for grants with an assistance of Bear Pond Development?
A lot of the grants, I've spoken with representatives from Bear Paw Development. In fact, Paul Tuss did reach out to us by email, asking how he can be of assistance to us. A lot of the grants that we were looking at has to do not exactly with maintaining programming, but a lot of it has to do with upgrades to buildings and things like that. So when it comes to grants that help fund programs, there really isn't a lot out there on that. I know they're still looking, they're still doing their due diligence, but initial glances right now, there's nothing to keep funding going unless we can find something from, the Older Americans, Act or anything like that, if there's any state programs. So, we are working closely with Bear Paw Development. Paul Tuss has personally reached out to us and has offered his assistance. So we'll be working closely with them.
We will be meeting with him at some point.
Yep.
I'm a member of TOPS, and so it kind of leaves us out of the program in your building. I mean, we have a big, heavy scale that we would have to get out of there and put someplace else.
Okay.
So we're just wondering where we stand. Are we gonna be out of there? Are you gonna push us out?
So I believe Carrie Woodwick reached out to me. I did call her back,
Okay.
left a message stating that that room is going to possibly be used for taxes, that we still need to.
Well, it always is for taxes, half of it is for taxes. But we have the other half. We don't have the whole room.
Right now, we have commodities in there. We are told that nobody can go in there at this point until we get a release
But we're
to
used to
use
that.
that room. So can I please finish? I'm trying to finish here.
No,
So I talked with Carrie Woodwick. I left her a message that if you guys are willing to use the room outside of the original room that you use, that we would comply with that. We'd be happy to accommodate you in this.
Yes,
I don't know
that would be
if that
fine.
message never got put out there to everyone else. I called her back. That's what I told her. I left the message.
Oh, okay.
Specifically talking to Carrie.
Okay.
And so if that's something you guys want to do, then I don't see why we can't work with you.
What
on
days
that.
do you use is it the
Pardon?
first, what day of the week do you guys, it's a Wednesday, every Wednesday?
Mm.
And you do pay to come in
Yeah,
every month, so, yeah,
Every 2 months.
okay.
Yeah.
But you pay for,
Yeah.
basically you pay
And you
every 2 months, but you pay for
And
every
you guys
month.
come in at what time?
and about, well, we start coming in about 7:30 and we're done that by 10, usually.
7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay,
By
so
the
that,
time we weigh in and have our meeting and then, 10 o'clock is pretty good.
on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So that is something I would have to talk with Lori about regarding having the door open since she is there early in the morning for cooking. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would work for us, wouldn't it? Yeah.
so as long as you guys are okay, I already rearranged back there, last week.
You didn't move our scale, did you?
No, I didn't move anything out of that room that we have
Oh, okay.
commodities in, because we're told to literally, that was supposed to be under lock and key and no one is to enter it until they give us permission to go in there. We might have to reach out to them and see if we can move that scale out of there, I
Sure.
guess. But other than that, I've already moved, back where the pool area is. I've already rearranged that and tried to make more room. There's a table back there. There's actually another table that with a folding table that's already out there. So you guys, there's chairs back there. So if you wanted to use that,
Okay,
I already made a space with you guys in mind.
yeah. Okay, well,
So,
appreciate that.
yeah.
Thank you for the question.
Our scale is not back there, it's out front.
Yeah,
Well.
it's out front in a little room there right next to the bathroom.
When you're going down the hall, it's off to the right there.
So it wouldn't be a problem. Okay, so your scale would, do you want to move that or should I move it or who handles that?
No.
I
scale?
don't think it needs to.
No, no,
Oh,
I
okay,
think it's fine.
okay,
just leave.
all right.
Maybe it could be set up like this.
Angela over here.
Oh,
Next week.
yeah, sorry. Angela, can you state your name for our minutes and whatnot so we accurately,
Stand up so you guys can hear me.
thank you.
So I unfortunately missed the first meeting and I saw it on Facebook. And I'm still trying to figure out, I know I heard it was a funding issue. Has there been crowdfunding options available and what's the amount that the senior center is needing to get to try to keep everything going? Because the activities are, it's gonna be very detrimental to many of my clients and everyone else. The activities is just as, if not more important than the lunches. And so, there's temporary fixes we can do if there's not anything that we can do immediately through whatever you guys are needing to do to keep it open. I'm offering Angel Care Activity Center. We use the Silver Sneakers program, and Tops needs to go in there and do their weigh-ins. We can open it up for you guys. If you need to do your card games, we can open it up. But preferably to keep it in the senior center, what is the amount that we're looking to raise? Because several of us can do crowdfunding. We can donate staffing from Angel Care to do activities. So there's a lot that we can do to help the senior center. We just need to know what it is that's needed.
Sure. I appreciate that, and it, really good ideas there. The funding issue is just one part of this house of cards. Funding, we need to look at all of our programming, make sure we're doing it effectively. We have to look at our commodities. We have to look at our different things that we do within the Council on Aging programming, and working with the state on that. So the funding is one piece of it. We just want to make sure that all the programs that we're doing them proper, we're doing them right, we're doing them the right way. So over the years, I mean, over the last 5 years since I've been here, we've had 3 different directors. So different people with different ideas come in. Everything's kind of got in the shuffle, and things kind of got, melded together. So what we're doing on this soft pause right now is not only the funding issue, but making sure that those programs, that when we start fresh, that those programs are going to be at peak capacity, so that way we can serve our seniors best.
So that makes me feel better. This is just a pause. It's not a closure.
No, gosh, no. This is literally just a soft pause.
So with that said, we can, we do Silver Sneakers, we do Monday, my Silver Sneakers down. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'd say 10 to 11, but really to 12 to switch things around. But if there are programs that keep our seniors active, we've got a nice, good space. I'm willing to purchase more tables and chairs if we need to do things there. So I guess whoever is running those programs now, if it's just a simple relocation until you get that going, we want to be able to help because we don't want them to lose their activities.
Agreed.
Especially now during this time of season.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And no, if may, we'd like to talk to you more about that moving forward. So we would love to have you up in the office and have that conversation.
Suggestion is absolutely great, except we're dealing with people who have done something for whatever number of years of their life, get up on Monday morning looking forward to go to the center. They consider their home, their
Right.
community. Monday through Friday, to ask them to change location. I've read something about a different place for coffee. If people want to go to a different place for coffee, we have lots of coffee places to have in Montana. What we need to do when we're talking about the activities is we need to keep those activities where they're at, in place for the people to do them without a pause. If they are really not costing us anything, such as bingo, I can't imagine pinochle costs a whole lot, or dominoes, or whatever. And I was left with the impression that since last meeting, you people have thought about this and said, okay, we're not gonna close some of those things on January 16th, or whatever the date was. Some of them, we've seen the light that makes sense to keep those going. If that's not correct, I'd like to know that, because then I may become more vocal than I am now. And if it is correct, let us know which one of those activities, which things you said, yeah, that's not costing anything. We have to have lights on anyway. We have to have the water on, the sewer on. We're still gonna have those without a pause, because I understand what you're talking about, getting programs in place and fixing the food. That all makes sense to me. But there's certain ones that do not need to be paused, make you be able to do what you need to do. And so I guess as I'm standing here today, I want to know how you've addressed it. You've had a week. You've heard our suggestions last week. Have any of those suggestions said, okay, we've decided on January 16th, we're not going to shut down Pinochle. We're not going to shut down this. These activities can continue because they serve seniors, and some of them, a change is not going to be healthy for them. It'll be just like when we had the pandemic. Lots and lots of people lost the places they were going to. They lost the will, and many of them to get up in the morning. And we can't allow that if we don't need to. I can't see what programs that don't cost any money. And we have volunteers that are coming in every day. You cannot say, there's no need to close bingo down. There's no need to clean Pinochle down and have you address that? And is that in the plan, do you still plan to have a soft pause for everything?
Not a soft pause for everything. We have looked into what's costing us money, what's not costing us money. What are we getting with the volunteers? Are we gonna have a stable core of volunteers that would be able to help with that? So that's all part of our evaluation process of what would be good on the volunteer front, on what's not costing the Council on Aging money, where are we saving where we can, and what can we keep open, and what do we need to shut down? So that is all part of it.
Have we come up with anything yet?
Can you please state your name, sir? Pardon me?
Dennis Coombs.
Well, and just to kind of piggyback off that, if it's volunteers in the interim, we can offer staffing at Angel Fair. We just need to know when these programs are. So then you can rely on solid staffing for these activities that can remain there.
Well, the activities don't even need a volunteer. I mean, bingo does, but I'm the volunteer.
The other question I have is,
None of them,
what's the difference if these people have meals delivered to their house they pay for? Or if they have their meal down there and continue on, it's like before now.
I think Sandy should stand up and address that, because I know she has a strong opinion and thoughts behind this that we need to work together on to move forward with evaluating, reevaluating where we are in the situation we're at with the senior center. Did you want to speak on it, or do you want me to go forward with it?
Well, I just think that you guys, nothing is permanent. You just have to live and give us this short period of time to reevaluate, get it together. We have to get this whole thing with the volunteers under control, because I don't have any money to staff like we did. So we have to get the volunteer board, understand it, to go forth. And yes, the meals in-house will probably come because it's cheaper to do in-house than it is to do delivery meals, because you don't have all that. And delivery is just more expensive. But you got to give us a chance to stop and look at it all and then get our volunteers. And the other thing is to comply with our area, because could possibly lose funds. We have to have a very strong board. If this had a strong board behind it already, it would not have got this far if we would have had a strong board.
What do you mean by a strong word?
A strong board, so that we have that Council on Aging board, and the strong board is you have to be able to do the finances, you have to be able to think, you have to have someone coming in for.
Who's the board?
That's the problem, is this board has been supposed to be going on for well over a year, and I've never even seen any bylaws for a year or more. We have to get a board assembled in order to stay within the area. We also have to work on our commodity stuff, because the things that have been going on, have been quite a few years of negligence on all the commodities, and the state is coming down, and we now have to answer to the state on all the commodities that people were receiving because of the amount of waste that was down there. Was a lot. And I mean, I went down there and I helped move all them commodities. However, that lady told us to move them. That's how we moved them. And there was a lot of waste. That was a couple of years, but the dates on the material, it's more than just the last little bit. It's been quite a few years. So that should have been brought under control. That was never. And then Sherry's learned how, or Sherry has been down there learning how to do the input of them programs. So then our programs will be put in properly into, so that we can get the state help. The food commodity or the food prices coming off of Cisco. Like I say, I'm not a cook, I don't know, but I'm thinking they're kind of high. From what people that do restaurants are telling me, they're pretty high. I don't know. Part of that was because when a year ago, when I was down there, said we have to do such and such on inventory. One can comes off, we gotta know about it. There's been never, the inventory never got done, and so we are looking around there going, we can't, so you have to be able to account for all that. So in this soft pause thing, that's what we have to develop, because to go forward, because I'm accountable to everybody for all this money.
It's on the board.
But I ask.
That's the problem. That's the problem, is the board has never been formed. They attempted to do the boards. They attempted to do the board. They got a couple people, the people left. Somebody said there was bylaws, but nobody can produce the bylaws that they were attempting to write. It's formulated. So, but this board has to get put together, because if there was a strong board.
So how do we make that first step? I mean, this is the first I'm hearing of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But how can we, okay, you know, all of us going down to the senior center, I'm sure if there would have been a help out there saying, hey, we need to get this board going here. Is there anybody interested? But I don't think that ever has been on the conversation. I've been there.
I agree with you that it has not been,
Right.
but
Who's responsible to get the board?
it has to be appointed, it has to be formed with that area, and that comes back to knowing, which I'm not positive, it's usually the commission will appoint a board.
No, it
Like
goes
the
under
rest
the
of
region,
them.
Sandy. It's under the
Can I
regional
interrupt?
arena.
Yeah, sure. First, a quick comment. Every volunteer, and I'm not one, at the seniors has been doing a great job. They're absolutely wonderful. They serve and give and help everybody. I don't see a problem with that. And some dang list, somebody's getting organized, I think that's plenty good enough. My question is, where, I've never heard anybody talk, and I, sorry not missed the last meeting. Is one of you all talk about the money chain and who's responsible, clear from the feds? You took, somebody mentioned the state help, and there's county help, or there's the council on aging. I've talked to other people that are pretty responsible in government. I'm not. What is the chain supposed to look like?
I've offered to give everybody who has come and asked me, but you have never approached me
I'm
for all them,
commissioners, actually.
for all those reports. And so that you understood them completely.
I want the county commissioners, please. to answer
Oh, what's your name, sir?
Best they can, because they're apparently, including Sherry, is the one that are taking command of that. I don't know you, and I'm sure you're expert in what it is, but I'm asking them.
So Sandy is our Hill County treasurer. That's
I
Sandy
am
Brown.
one that did 3 times.
Our chain of command for our money is usually, it can come in as federal dollars from the state level. Our area agency 3 is a state agency. It covers a vast range of counties. What funding they get from state is divvied out into all of us, all of our area, throughout all of our different agencies or counties throughout that region. The county inputs a mill. I can't remember what you said the mill was last meeting, 30,000 something, or somewhere in that range. So there's different types of funding come in. So even when we get funding from our region that may come down from state or federal funds, which come down into the state, which get brought down into our areas, that's even divvied out into certain line items and areas where it can be spent. for certain things. So commodities, delivery of food, so home deliveries, congregate meals, indoor meals. There's a vast range of where those funds go and have to be separated out too. So does that kind of explain?
It's a start. So is there budget line items for the center itself? Parking maintenance, maybe, I mean, how do you decide?
There's a budget. Yeah, correct.
Which budget item, line item, whatever. You know, I have a fair amount of experience with grants and things for business. You know, all of a sudden to decide there's no money from the surface is ridiculous.
And so, yes, you're correct. There's a budget where all that money gets distributed into different line items. But it's also broken out on the other side with the state funding of what we can use for congregate meals,
Sure.
home delivery meals, you name it. There's several different pieces that are in play at once for funding.
I just have another question about the board, Sandy. So can other area agencies like help you with like bylaws and help with setting up bylaws for a board?
They can, and we have advertised for that board. It's been in the newspaper every week, for the last couple of years now.
I don't know about every week, but it's been in there
Periodically. Yeah, it's been in there quite a bit, as of all of our boards for county positions and county boards. So that is out there. We are still looking for board members so we can get that local board going. Bill sat on it for a little bit. I've sat on it. Sherry sat on it before. So, yeah.
And when I was on it last, we had the bylaws ready to go. They had been looked at, cleaned up, reviewed, and then 2 people dropped off the board, so we had no quorum. And that's where we've been sitting ever since.
So basically,
And we cannot, us commissioners cannot reinstate that board because that is an area, we're under Area Agency 3. They have to come in and start that process, and then from there, we can start doing interviews.
We had a question back here. Somebody had their hand raised. Good, okay.
Ursula?
Yes, ma'am. Can you state your name, please, for a minute? What's that? Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead.
Donated equipment like wheelchairs, mirrors. What's gonna happen with that?
That's still accessible.
Yes.
So
Val put out in the paper, it should have been, it should be published this week. Val and I sat down, constructed a letter regarding home medical equipment to please call the center. If you're leaving a message, let it be known what equipment you're looking to borrow or use, a name and a good contact number so we can reach back out and contact people. So that we'll set up arrangements then to go in and meet with people or whatever we have to do to get that medical equipment out there.
Yes.
Sharon, I have a question. Who's on the Council of Aging that we fall under?
What?
Pardon me?
The Council on Aging, who are they?
That's the senior center.
We
That's-
kind of use those terms interchangeably, senior center, council on aging.
Okay.
But
Unless
the
I,
area 3 that Sherry was talking about, that's what we're underneath the area 3. Area 3 goes from basically from Blaine County over to Toole County, down to Ponderay. All those counties in there are part of this area 3. There's an area 3 interim director right now, and they're underneath the state as well.
Yes, sir.
Ricky Magnuson, I think Sandy, our treasurer, who has a lot of good input into what's being spent, what's being put out, what's coming in, what's not coming in, line items and everything else. We're talking about a board that's not existent right now. We're talking about bylaws that are not existent right now. But Sandy seems to have a good handle on what this is because she is the treasurer. And she had a lot of good input last week. I really think one thing that I hope comes out of this meeting today is that we'll put in bigger print that the Hill County Commissioners are looking for confident board members to start looking into this. And then Sandy can attend those meetings, or she can give us input, or she can give us a budget. This didn't come in, this is what we spent, we're overspent. I really think we need to get down to those fine-tuned programs as a result of this meeting, because I don't think anything else is gonna come out of it. I think volunteers deserve a free meal at the senior center. By God. And I don't think that nickel and diming that we're looking at is gonna save the senior center. I think we need to get a soundboard. We need to get Sandy with input. We need to get commissioners' input and get this back on track, like you say. And I hope if nothing else comes out of this, that the headlines of the Chronicle this week should be that the senior center is gonna stay open, because I still wanna be a strong advocate for this. The activities are not costing us anything. They're not, bingo's not costing us. People coming in and play pool, it's not costing us. People playing pinochle. Like Dennis said, if people want to have coffee clutches, there's plenty of places to go. And I'll bet Angel Care would even volunteer to have a coffee clutch up there if we wanted one. And they'd probably buy cookies and donuts. But to be more serious and back on track, let's get a board that is interested in what's going on with the Council on Aging. Because we got two people on the sitting on the county commissioners that have been directors of the center, or one Bill was a director of the center, and Sherry certainly has good input, and I'm sure you do too, Jake. But my God, closing this center for activities and this and that is like what Dennis said. People aren't gonna come back. I'm one of them.
Thank you, Mr. Magnuson.
Offered a $500 donation last week and Dennis offered 1,000. I mean, you know, we're talking about GoFundMe accounts and everything else.
Well, and what I was hearing with the responses was that the reason that we're kind of hemming and hawing over keeping the ones open like bingo and pinochle and coffee is because we need to find out who these stable volunteers are. I'm offering right now the solution. We will cover that at Angel Care. And so if I'm offering a solution to a problem, we really need to reevaluate that so the senior center can stay open to that. I don't know if it was the fact that things need to be remodeled in there, things need to be, you know, that the space can't be utilized, that's a different story. But there is no, same thing as he was saying in the back, sorry. But same thing that he was saying in the back is, it is very disruptive to many seniors to change a routine. It's very disruptive mentally, emotionally. So if there's a solution that we're offering, I just ask that you look at that and we'll meet. I'll give you my card and we'll set up a meeting and talk about that, but we're willing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Excuse me, Chair Strissel. Excuse me. Let's try to keep order. We have people talking out of order and people being cut off when they're trying to ask questions and answer questions or get questions answered. So I ask for your attention, Chair Strissel. Mrs. Cavins here was talking and was interrupted.
Yeah, she thought.
So I would like to hear what she has to say.
I need clarification on the board. If I understood you correctly, the commissioners cannot appoint the board. It has to start with the Council of Aging and come down.
The area agency would oversee that
What
process
steps
to
do
start
we
it.
take for them to start doing that?
Well, we would need to speak with the interim
Lindsay.
director, and right now we're dealing with other things that are going on within the center.
Okay,
So
Are there people
we're
in here
trying
that
to
are interested? in being on
prioritize
the
that,
board?
but
could you use a volunteer to contact her?
Just Sharon, you want to do it?
Well,
I mean, I
what
don't
we need
think
is,
we need to
if we have interest,
not have a cluster of things going on. We need to, we're working on things that we have prioritized right now, and that, trust me, is at the top. It's not number one, but it is at the top, and
Right. I understand that. I mean, I understand the plates that you have are platters and you don't have the time. But the subject of the board has been pointed out as a major flaw for the last several years. What I'm asking is, would you use a volunteer to talk to her and find out what steps, so it's not taking things?
Well, I actually have already talked to Lindsay about
Okay.
it, and she is very aware of it, and that is something we're looking to address
Okay,
sooner than later.
if there are interested applicants to be on the board, I highly recommend you put together a resume or just anything that says, I want to serve on the board. These are why I think I'm qualified to serve on this board. We will take that under advisement. We will talk with the area council on aging about that and get that board going. So we want to get the right people on that board. What's that, ma'am? What do we have that as? 5 to 7?
I'm not sure what, that was before when it was an advisory board. I'm not sure right now. Sherry, to you? Is it about 5?
It's fine.
5?
Yeah.
Ursula?
Just write up a resume or why you think you're able to be on there and what you can give to the town, the senior center. Who do we hand that into?
Us. And then we'll take that up the chain of command to the council on aging. So we have your application then.
We have a file of people.
Okay,
We have to get the initiation from the region to go forward.
if you have a file on people, why hasn't it been
We have a-
selected to move forward?
The state council on aging has also
That
been in
would be the
flux.
regional. I mean, it's not on a, we're working with the region to move forward on
The
that.
state council on aging, as you can see right now, if you go to their website or anything, both directors, Lindsay and then Tessa Bailey, they're both interim directors. So they're in flux at the state level as well. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Name?
Renee Roll.
Thank you.
Hi, Renee.
Okay, so obviously the board, whatever the heck that entailed, didn't work. So what are you gonna do to improve it so we don't have this kind of thing happen again? I mean, it's one thing to have a problem for a month or 2 or maybe even 6, but come on. We all know this didn't happen in 6 months. So what's the plan so that doesn't happen again? Do you guys like sitting here and being grilled? And how about if you go to the store or somebody catches you out or Sherry just ducks out? So how do you like that? Because I don't like it. So I would think that you would want to stop that kind of thing before it can come to a head again.
So when we went underneath the area 3, because we used to be area, as our area 10, which was just our own area, went underneath area 3 about a year and a half ago or less. It was less than that maybe. It supposed to change from more of a governing or from an advisory board to a governing board. That's where that disconnect was. And so getting this up and going and with the new structure, the problem we have is like was mentioned, that Jake had mentioned was, that the area director is an interim position. She's been in interim for about 2 months. And the state, interim Tessa has only been for, well, I think a month. So there's part of that is getting us situated in a place where we can get that board going. Hopefully with something like this is gonna draw more attention that we're gonna need some strong members on that board. And I'm hoping I can see some people in here I think would be great members of that board. Yes, I'm looking at you, Sharon. And if we having that strong board, it's gonna help with everything from fundraisers, and different things that we're not always gonna be able to be a part of. But so that's kind of where we're at is when there was that transitioning from the area 10 to area 3 and the changing of the type of board that we have. And that's part of that issue that we've had.
Okay, so you've got 3 of you sitting up there with, Sherry keeps talking about all the other stuff you have to take care of. Why can't you 2 or one of you 2 take care of the board and get the board, get it up and get it going and get it, temporary for all that matter, and get it moving while you guys do what needs to be done in the background.
Sure, that is a viable option. Yes, sir.
I'd like you to clarify something. She made a remark about the food issues with the food. Do you have a professional person in place in that department that has a background in food service?
Are you speaking of like the cooks that are Serve Safe certified or?
We spoke of commodities and the state maybe.
And buying
You need to get on
outside
the
by
board, Lena.
Cisco and distributors and such.
You need to get
Who's
on the
overseeing
board.
that program? I'm not asking for a particular person, but is there a person that is in charge of that? Because there used to be 20 years ago, I know that for a fact, that there was somebody who was managing that. And it doesn't sound like there's management in place right there. I don't want to go any further because I'm not sure.
Yeah, there is.
I'd like.
Our head cook does that and oversees
Clarify
that. That's what
that.
we're,
Do they know what they're doing? Are they professionals? Do they have a
Yeah, you
background
do.
in that?
previously, our director was ordering. It's now onto the head cook of the kitchen. And that's what we're trying to get inventory done for. So we have a good idea moving forward, what our inventory is now. So we're not just ordering food thinking, okay, we need all this for this menu for next month when we already have a lot of it on hand. We need to get that under control and get our costs down. What was your name, sir?
My name's Bruce Patera.
So one of the things, Bruce, there, that we're talking about is, when she's talking about the commodities, there's the commodity program that we get from the state where we get commodities, food that we give in bags to seniors. That is separate than the food that's in the kitchen that is made for the meals.
Yeah.
So there's a kind of a couple different things there that kind of meshed into
I
one.
should have split it down a little bit. Because I used to sell groceries, okay, to the senior center. And I know that they were very on top of
Yeah.
things at one time with their oversight. And it sounds to me like there might be an issue that sort of thing. That you know, like you're asking, well, are prices going up with Cisco? Well, the truth of the matter is, since COVID hit, everything went up and it's never come down.
You are right.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why it didn't come down, but I won't get into that.
You're right.
Okay. But that is an issue, you know, and I think that's a very important issue in your case, because I would suspect that that's one of the major outlays for this program.
Yep.
Or am I wrong?
Nope,
Oh,
you're correct.
100% right.
So my suggestion is more oversight for that. Stricter oversight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate your input. Yes, ma'am.
Just, oof, here it is. It's been building for a while. So how did it get so out of control before anybody did anything about it? I mean, is this too critical? I mean, I know HRDC, they have new budgets and they cut back staff immediately and they stay within their budgets. And what happened there? Is there nobody overseeing it on a monthly, weekly basis?
We, without getting into too much detail when it comes to personnel, because we cannot discuss personnel in these meetings. However, I will tell you, we were meeting with the Council on Aging Director bi-weekly. That's what the one, last week, 2 weeks ago was. We weren't getting all the information that we should have. During those meetings, I don't feel that the meetings were effective. I think if we had more information during those meetings, we could have caught this a lot sooner. We weren't seeing the true story of everything until we saw the claims coming in from the Council on Aging on when we sign claims every week and every month. So once we started seeing those big claims starting to come through and it was a lot of money, we tried discussing that with the Council on Aging Director, saying, look, we need to back off. We need to, we need to start conserving money here. And then the claims just kept on coming in. So should we have been more micromanaging? One could say yes. We should have had, and hindsight's always 20/20, okay? Yeah, we could have done some things different. And I put that on me. That's on my shoulders, okay? We need to have those bi-weekly meetings with the Council on Aging Director more effective. And that's one of the things that we are working on moving forward with the programming.
Hatfield ran that center for years without any of these problems. And I can only say that, maybe we need to look back on how Evelyn ran that senior center. And what she did and what other people are now doing is probably a bunch of kooky. You know what I mean? And so I would hope that we, whoever, when a board gets put together and some bylaws get put together and Sandy Brown can come to these meetings and tell us what money we have and what we don't have and how, maybe how to put a budget together for this. And again, I think that's looking back on how Evelyn ran that center for years. Evelyn had so much time to run that center, she'd come out to the Lutheran home and visit seniors out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need to look at some of those back records.
Good point, sir.
So my question's.
Name, I'm sorry.
My question's still is. If these people were to have meals delivered to their home, why can't they just, and it's less costly for them to eat lunch there and do their activities that don't charge anything, don't cost anything in the meantime? Why can't they continue while this gets straightened out? That's what I'm not understanding right now, why they can't go and have their meals there. Because they could call and say, I need to have them delivered, it would cost you more. And they have volunteers and they have activities that they do that don't cost anything. And I just kind of missing what the problem is, right there on that issue.
Okay, that goes back to a staffing issue. We went from 8 to 3. And you know, you look at all the things that go with that, CPR first aid certified, running on a bare bones staff at the moment. Okay, that is not something that we intend on having for very long. Like I say, it's a soft pause. So yeah, the 3 employees that we have there now, it'd be very difficult to run an in-home or in congregate meal program with that level of staffing. Is there a hand? Yes.
You talk about Meals on Wheels. I know that there are several, and that cannot drive. I don't have a vehicle and can't get down there.
No, I'm talking about why these people that don't have their meals delivered, why they can't have their meals in the center and do activities helping used to. Sorry, because that doesn't make sense, except now they say certified CPR training.
Well, most of our people are certified.
Yeah,
CPR training and PNP, they're all licensed, certified PCA, so. I see it, that's what I feel the same way Julie feels. I feel like we're going around in a circle of solutions being offered, but it's not being heard. But maybe that just means we need to sit down and talk and see what we need to do.
Right.
This is Kim, sorry. I've had my hand raised, so I'm just gonna speak up because I don't think you notice it. I think it's extremely important to remember that this is not just serving Havre. So the commissioners are working very hard to figure out a way to serve all of Hill County seniors because the Highline seniors have not had services for months. They haven't had programming and they haven't had food. So the delivery also covers the Highline seniors, not just in the city of Havre. And that's an extremely important group of people we need to remember.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Kim. Is anybody else up there?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on Council on Aging?
I think you've been offered a fabulous solution to having people come in to cover the activities. You've got these people volunteering that shouldn't even require any decision making. You've got people coming in and stuff like that. The board getting a handle on the expenditure dealing with food, Mr. Harris said earlier about maybe looking as to whether we get a better deal on the food so it isn't as expensive. All those important things, and I understand your possibility of having to do some sort of a reset on that. But on the issue of the dealing with the mindset of the senior citizens and the place of the community, that's the activities, and these people have offered a fantastic solution to that. You're worried about volunteers and people that can not grasp that right now. To me, would be thank you. I hope you don't. Thank you for your.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
What is the effect on your liability insurance of having a soft closure and being open? You've got volunteers in there.
Right.
If they get hurt or something on the job.
Yep, and we've been in contact with our insurance agent about volunteers and what that looks like for our plan.
So it does save you money by doing the soft. Close.
I don't think it does, actually. No.
Okay.
Yep, it's still the same. So, yes, ma'am.
story, and it's really been bothering me about, with the, and part of this talk last time was about accountability. And they talked about the freezer up at the Rudyard that gave up. Well, the story was that I heard is that they asked people to come and take the meat home to keep it from freezing. And somebody took it upon themselves to call the sheriff and have the meat put back into that freezer. And I said, that can't be true. And yet they say, I've heard it twice. So, I mean, and of course, the meat thawed and lost thousands of dollars. So, I mean, hopefully that's not a true story. I said, can't be anybody's that awful. But anyway, that's a story going around.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
You generated a list of volunteers that would be needed, like on the days that we do cards or bingo, and have that in writing, including the angel care. Then would that allow us to continue our activities down there during the soft close? Is that?
That's
a
something we
possible
need to
solution?
discuss as a commission, which we have not had the opportunity to since we've literally been bombarded since last week with everything and me being down there and working. That's something we need to regroup and discuss further. And that includes our treasurer and everyone that's involved on the other
Volunteers, I mean,
side.
if there's things that we can do for the center, I know there's a lot of us that really care about the center. We would be more than happy. I'd be more than happy to step in and wash dishes if we're short on people for dishes or empty the damn garbage cans.
And that's
You
great.
know?
And everybody can put in for a volunteer application. I've been suggesting that. I've asked people, I've gone to the volunteers that are currently in place and asked if they would please do an application or stay on as volunteers.
I guess this is.
So going forward, I have an idea of how many people could volunteer because this program from here on out is going to be heavily ran on volunteers for us to stay open. And yes, I'm trying to accumulate a list and a good idea of what we have for volunteers going forward. So we can all sit down and get a plan on how we want to
And I-
continue on after the soft close.
I think that's excellent. It's sad to know though that maybe during the same times that we've had some of the heaviest people show up there during our activities, that perhaps that couldn't have been shared. Because I know on Tuesdays is probably our #1 days down
It's
there.
been sure.
And just a little information saying, hey, we are needing volunteers. Is there anybody that can step up and help? I'm sure.
We
it
have
would
been doing
generate-
that.
So think
Yeah.
of that when we have perhaps some of our activities coming up. Hopefully.
We've been doing that.
The applications are available down there for
Yes,
people.
they're
I
at the
haven't
front
heard an
desk.
announcement yet, so.
They're at the front desk.
I will tell you that we're not the only ones. Most centers across the state are a volunteer place. My mother's on a board down in Village for their center, and it is volunteers across.
I just think it's really important that we take advantage of Angela's offer.
I agree with you, but right now, I mean, they said they have to get it together of what they need before they can take the offer. They're listening. And you are being heard, but they have to get it together to know exactly how many people it takes and what have you, because they're not there all the time. So they are being heard, it will go, and we just have to evaluate that right now, and that's what they have to do.
Thank you, Sandy. Yes, ma'am.
I'm from the Great Wire. I'm just curious, to keep it open, do you have to have like one person that runs and does the computer work and helps the agent fill out their paperwork? Are you gonna be able to hire that one person? Or no, it's gonna be strictly volunteers and, so all that computer stuff and this is gonna be.
That's part of something we're gonna have to look at doing, how we're gonna work through that. And that's something that's gonna take some time.
That was a good part of it, because I used it.
Yes, ma'am.
I just thought I'd let everybody know that we do have applications at the desk for volunteers. And it's 2 pages and requesting that on the bottom of the second page, put down what you're interested in doing as a volunteer
And what your skills are.
and your skills.
So if you're stronger in maybe maintenance or cleaning or whatever, that's really important for us to know. So it's very helpful.
Renee, do you want me to get you an application?
So on the 16th, are you still in need of volunteers after I mean, are the volunteers going to continue working? For instance, I work the front desk 2 days a week. Am I continuing after the 16th or am I not, or?
But like I've said, we have not had a chance to sit down and see if we're going to hopefully look at having at least a Tuesday open for activities at this point
Well,
for short-term period.
You may need somebody
We
there
don't
to
know
answer
yet.
the phones.
that's what I mean, every day.
There's not an answer machine there
Not sure if there's.
right now.
So you don't think you'll have any answers before the 16th?
We will.
We haven't really had a chance to really sit down and talk, and normally that's what we do in our working sessions, but today we've been mainly answering questions, trying to get you, to get you to understand where we're at. And this is not something that we want to do, by any stretch of the imagination. This has not been easy. And we're hoping to try to get some answers. We've got a lot of suggestions. Mr. Magnuson had some great ideas, and a lot of you have, and thank you, you guys that do volunteer. We do appreciate all that. And getting your input from that end is very important. And I'm not exactly sure where this is not lost on us, and we will need to continue, and we're gonna keep working on it.
So when do you think you'll have some kind of plan in place?
Sure.
Like I say, these working sessions are usually for us to have those open conversations with one another. You can go back and look how our working sessions have been in the past. All of them are online. So, the 16th, we have one or two more working sessions before that date. So, this is always going to be something moving forward that's going to be on our working session where we can sit and discuss this and make some plans moving forward. And
That's kind of why we came today, because we thought this was a working session, and we were gonna hear some of that, but we haven't heard any of it.
well, we keep on answering the questions that you guys have, which are very important questions. So we're putting our discussions on the back burner so that we can hear the public out.
So, and that's why I ask, please be patient. Give us time to sit down and work through something. We aren't getting the time. We can't come up with solution if we haven't had time to sit down and discuss anything.
Really.
Well, this all didn't happen overnight. I keep saying that, and it's not gonna get fixed in 1 week. So we are trying to come up with that solution.
When is it closed? Start,
Our stop closes the 16th
When?
of January.
Friday the 16th.
then nobody can go in. Right?
We're not gonna have congregate meals there. And we're still working out the details of what the rest of it looks like.
I think that's what they wanna know.
Yeah.
When you're gonna close it.
And that's been put out as a public notice a week ago.
Okay, that's it then. After the 16th, it's closed.
So when's
Your
the,
meeting,
Well, there's,
when's the
That's
next
what we
meeting
need to
then?
know.
The next what?
Meeting.
we'll let you know, Renee.
Our next working session's at 2:00 next Monday.
So you've got 7 days in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's way over the last 40 hours a week. I don't know. Most of us have pulled more than an 8-hour day. I don't know.
so meeting next Monday,
After the 16th, it's closed.
All right. Moving on,
I think there were still a few people that had hands.
we have
Doug,
questions.
did you?
Well, this is just a brief thing, but I appreciate Teresa's comments about the volunteers. Instead of, why not just offer them a half price meal? That would give them, if it's $8, normally give them more, that would at least show us appreciation for. But I think a lot of people would volunteer without the meal,
Yeah.
but if you offered a half price, That would at least, you know, be in halfway and they get a break and give them a little incentive to volunteer people. This was down the road, I realize that.
See you.
Thank you.
Sharon, are you gonna be submitting something to be on the board? I think that's a yes. Okay. Yes.
I'd like to thank the county commissioners today and for holding this meeting and the working meetings that they do. They ran for public office and we voted for them. And so I believe that we have to put our trust in you. And some people maybe have to be reminded that this isn't the only issues. These aren't the only issues they deal with. And so, I give you, much credit for that, and I see where you're coming from, man, that, you know, we want a decision right now. We wanna know if this senior center is gonna stay open, but they can't make that decision today. I think the one decision that the people that are still in the room today want to know is, why can't we keep the center open for companionship and visual activities until the money issues are resolved? Is that the main question right now? A big problem? That's the main question. Nancy asking.
If we come up with that resolution that we can solidify the volunteers, then hopefully by the next meeting, we'll have that answer.
We don't need volunteers for a lot of these things. And so.
Yeah, like the bingo and the peanut butter and the coffee.
You would have somebody running the place, so.
Somebody put a mopping and cleaning the restaurants.
Running it, you've got to have somebody running it, just not volunteer.
Her job now.
I have been doing it and I have been putting in 15-hour days.
I made it, your job.
So when there's a comment out there that none of us work past 8 hours, I've been putting in my time, trust me.
It's my fault.
All your fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I baked banana bread for the senior center and 204 muffins yesterday.
Right.
So
And if one of
I haven't
these people
ducked
is
out
sick,
at
you
all.
gotta do that.
I've been putting in the work. So-
You need somebody that's gonna be able to run the place, so you can't just go in there and, but we had that gal running the place. Get them down, you know, you gotta.
All right, we'll move along with our Commissioner Weekly Working Session. If you'd like to stay for that, you're more than welcome to. We will have a chance to discuss more at the end of the meeting. We will have agenda items and non-agenda items again for any follow-up if you have any. So Great West items for discussion. Do we have any at this point? We're meeting with our contractors on, when is that? Wednesday, I think. So I don't think we have anything there.
Actually I did, but I haven't reviewed the agenda items, so I don't know what you're gonna do.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just go through the agenda then.
Okay.
Montana Wildrose Association, email from Kathy Olson on the 31st. I think that's just the one that we get every year, right?
Yes, but it has been a pass through in the past.
I'm staying.
That's double.
Are you?
It's been a pass through because of the numbers that Sandy has to collect on the streets that come in. I don't know if it's actual, how that all works. And in the past,
Yeah, okay.
the numbers weren't coming out correctly when the auditor was doing them. And so it got changed 3 or 4 years ago when we were in
Okay.
office. First came in. And now there's a question about it again, so I'm not understanding why there's a question.
Let's see if I can find that email.
Kathy states it's not like the pass through of the alcohol tax money. But I beg to differ because we clarified that and changed our process. And
Do we have a
it went
memo on
through
that?
Sandy. It was a long time ago that we went through Sandy after that.
You guys really are doing a commendable job with awesome, terrible
We never
problem,
did
but
that.
I want
Thank
to
you.
talk to you. Here's Karen, okay, just text me when you, okay? See you later.
Sharon, do you want my number in case I'm back and forth between everywhere? Sure. I don't have my cards on me, so I'm just gonna write it down.
I don't have an application. I just want to
give you a card. This is my volunteer method.
Oh, thank you, Mr.
When's a
Miller.
good time to call you?
I
I am
appreciate that, sir.
84, so don't push it too
Anytime.
far.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
Leave a
it.
message, I'll get
Dr.
back to
Miller.
you. I phone
I
call with
deliver.
Meyer
Half
under my
these
ex
people
name.
have
Never
it.
did change it on me. I-
Mine comes up as Chris.
Appreciate you, sir.
So,
Oh, remember when I said I
Take
couldn't
care.
remember previous northern person and I couldn't? Dr. Lockwood, that's who it was.
You
Yeah, because I worked with Suzanne forever. Oh,
If you have like.
yeah, whatever happened to those guys?
Reach out, seriously, there are a lot of us, I mean, we're
Oh, sure.
tired.
I just want to say thank you for putting up with the public.
But I mean, I could help round up.
This is great. I miss you. I miss having you around.
Oh, good, good.
It allows you to.
I'm not signing up for the board. I'm not,
Yeah, please
but
help.
I might volunteer.
I'm retired.
I don't think
I
that
would be
would
great.
able to, you know,
Um,
make phone calls for you.
The thing I want to know is,
No,
and you're doing the soft
because I
close,
think that's what's
are,
gonna keep. you
that
guys-
means the building will be closed,
And I know
no people
you're-
coming in until you get it figured out, right?
That's
That's
what
what
let
I
us
want.
know.
Because we'll just go meet somewhere else until you open
Want to
it.
do is we want to.
And then we're working on, like, Bill was working on, creative coffee, maybe having a coffee club there and, reaching out to the owners of that place. So
Yeah,
it's not just like, hey, go figure something out. We're actually working to try to figure
but
places.
can we just leave our scale in that locked room until we come back? Because we don't want
Oh, yeah.
to.
It doesn't make sense.
No,
Yeah.
no,
It's good to go.
And we're out of.
you know, I should be thinner, but I,
Hi, Karen.
Me too. Me too.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
When you get billed out. How does that-
We wanna,
We just
pause our
pay
meeting real
every 3
quick.
months. We pay
You just automatically come in
$125,
and
we
send
just
it to-
automatically pay $125 for
Okay.
3 months.
right?
that works.
Miss you.
That works.
I'll
for
let
you.
Lori know.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
okay. So if I sign up for a volunteer, what kind of area are you? Everything or? the
You mark
cooking,
down
the
what you'd
cleaning?
be
You go
interested
ahead
in.
and write down what you feel you can do and what area you would like to.
Okay, I'll
You
be a
might-
supervisor.
It might
Sold.
be cleaning, it might be computer
do-
work, it might be
Oh,
data
no.
input,
I don't want
who knows, but anything that
I'm
everybody has their own
hands-on. I
niche.
can cook, I can clean, I can.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can do phones, I guess, to help.
Serving meals.
Okay, thank you.
Because Rhonda, if you
Thank you.
volunteer and if the
And ma'am?
cook is missing, because
Ma'am?
the cook has to go somewhere, be sick, look at that.
Food safety too.
Rhonda,
Thank you.
Rhonda. What is her name again?
June. Don't ask me to say your last name, ma'am, but which key?
What's your last name?
How do you say?
Oh, June, what's your last name?
MYSKEWITZ.
Now you know what I mean.
Say it again?
That is alphabet soup.
MYSKEWITZ.
Oh, I got to the end.
Almost.
Oh, Mr. Leeds.
Got it.
Okay,
They talked me into, judging the speech meet in Shelby next
you.
weekend.
Oh, you're welcome.
So
Have a great day.
I'll be headed west this time. All right. So Wool Growers Association.
Well, I think we probably need a conversation with all four of us and Kathy. She seems to think there's an issue.
Well, the problem, you guys can do whatever, the thing is, that it was, many years ago, it was brought to the commission and asked to change it, because it all happens off my taxes.
Exactly.
And so what would happen is the wrong amounts were being paid, the wrong thing, then my taxes change and what have you, and then amazingly, this happens to all over the state. They don't keep up. Then we'll grow, and the dollar amounts don't matter. I pay exactly what I'm
What
supposed to
comes in
pay.
or?
Okay.
Because that is how it's done. And this was brought forth a long time ago, and if you guys looked in your commissioner meeting, it's even in there where, when it was brought forth and the other thing was, it's terrible to try and, because what would happen, Sue would try to put that in her budget. It's terrible because you don't have the numbers to do it. So it's always wrong.
Yeah, and there's a discrepancy here too. When she says it was paid out 120, this is Kathy, but the opening cash was $67.87. Well, that would make sense. You
Yeah.
don't know what your numbers are because they're not reporting them.
I don't know what she's talking about because
Accurately.
I'm not included. I know exactly what I am told to collect and what I can collect.
Yeah.
And exactly what I can pay out and what I can't pay out.
Sure. Okay.
Do you get that from the wool growers? Or is it just based on the taxes?
Yeah, it comes out of the state reporting.
Okay.
And it does come across as a MOU, but so does our tax alcohol dollars, and Sandy handles that the same way. So this was handled, if I remember correctly, 3 years ago. And I'm pretty sure it was 3 years ago.
Had to be more than 3 because Mike Wendland was here.
Oh, then it was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I know I was I remember the process that it was handled like the alcohol tax money.
So it was just a pass through at one time. But-
It comes through on collections out of that tax.
But the MOU has always come to the commissioners. It always has.
It always has because, I mean, you could go and what happens? You could go ahead and try to pay someone to do that, but they're not gonna do it. Because once again, it's collective as a whole that the wool growers can't do it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so, I mean, I have actually no idea what her email said or what. That's exactly how it comes across on reporting.
Sure.
So I guess we all need to get on the same page.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why it's changed.
Is Kathy Olson up there? She wasn't.
Changed recently.
Behind the block. Behind the one there.
Yeah. Where's my mouse? Ah, where am I? I can't see. Oh, maybe. Anybody see where the mouse is? Am I blind?
It was just right up in the corner.
Oh, wait, okay, okay. I found you. No. Yep. All right, I'll follow up and figure that out. I don't know.
I don't know what it is either, but yeah, probably could have asked and I could have told you how it was all billed. It's all done through my tax bill.
Makes sense. I mean, those,
And
yeah,
I get all the numbers from the state.
okay.
And 2 years ago, they would have made a hell of a problem and a hell of an overpayment.
Yeah. All right. I'll follow up with it because I have no idea.
So you get it from the reports from the state from what was paid. Kathy's getting it something from the Wool Growers Association on what needs to be paid then, or that why there's a disconnect?
What is billed out from the reporting from the people.
You get that.
Yes, because I bill it all out.
And Kathy shouldn't be getting the MOU.
And then
MOU at
what
meeting,
happens,
Commissioners should be getting.
Yeah, we always have in the past.
because then it gets billed out on the tax bill.
So I'm just trying to figure out where you have the one and where the other one's coming from, how come they're different? So that's why I was trying to figure out where they came from.
Because they don't follow up and pay attention to what has got done from the DOR. It's all
Department
done.
of Revenue?
Right, because we all have to do a reporting form by March 1st, I think is when I turn in mine. I mean, I have to do my own reporting form because I have to pay for my horses and stuff. And on the reporting form, my God, you pay for your chickens, you pay for everything. For the Department of Rep, and it's a per head fee.
Mhm.
Back to that.
Yeah, we'll circle back. DIS Technologies invoice, from the 30th of December.
Yeah, it's for $2,565. I was just wondering if you want Tiffany to go ahead with it. Bill said he was gonna put it on the working session, but the last one was canceled. So we were hoping to get a chance to discuss it.
That's not, I have one from them that I didn't know I had to pay it from May.
Is this our monthly service fee?
Sure, Kathy asked, I'm checking on this with discuss and what budget it's going to come out of. Since it is with December's regular claims, let me know the status ASAP. And that's when Bill responded that we were gonna have it on the working session last week. That got canceled, and then that's why I brought it forward again. DIS Advanced Endpoint Protection with AI. Expiration is 1/15/2027.
Also, it's one of their backup license, yeah, that would
But it
get
sounds
out of
like,
there.
I don't think it's our regular one. Let's see why. Because Kathy was wanting to know what budget it's gonna come out of. So that's what kind of threw me off. It's not our regular invoice, monthly invoice. It doesn't look like.
DIS Advanced Endpoint Protection with AI. Courthouse has 49, Health Department has 8. We just call DIS and figure out what the heck this is.
Just come out of your
It would just come out of our computer budget. That's what I was just gonna say, out of our computer budget, wouldn't it? Why, I don't understand why there's a question of where it would come out of.
Right, it makes sense. It's not
DIS.
yeah, computer budget.
And that's what Kathy's asked. Doesn't make sense to me why she's even asking that.
Was this something new?
That I'm aware of. I think it's our renewal for our next 2 years again. Coming up on renewal.
Did it say renewal on there? Did I miss that part?
The endpoint protection expiration was 2027.
The cybersecurity solution that secures devices like computers, phones, servers from threats like malware, ransomware, and phishing using monitoring. Threat intelligence. I believe that was everything that, like when we did our cybersecurity deal.
I think that it almost sounds like it might be something new. And that's also why Kathy's asking about that, but I think that they're looking at trying to have the enhanced security because of the problems AI is causing.
Yeah. So, our wishes, we want to just move forward,
I think so.
pay that out of the computer budget.
Mess around and we end up losing it.
So we want to make sure and get this to Tiffany, or I don't know if Tiffany was on this. She was on this email. I don't know if she has.
Well, we'll send a email with all of our stuff attached to it, including Kathy, just advising Tiffany to move forward with the claim. Email from Paul Tuss regarding the senior center. Yeah, we kind of addressed that in this meeting. You know, Paul's reached out, more than happy to help out in any way that he can. Working with Bear Paw Development, we called them. They looked at grants. A lot of it doesn't have anything to do with continuing our programming. It's mostly stuff for, you know, building and stuff like that. So.
But I think that's one of those things that we still probably want to talk to Paul, and we might want to continue to look, because some of that stuff may go, a lot of that stuff goes in cycles. It may not see anything right now, but there might be something that might open up.
Pop up, yeah.
And if it's on their radar, they're looking for.
So I had concerns with this email. Who is the Sarah, for one thing? Who's he talking about here? Is he talking about Strissel?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she does.
But also the rescinding or withholding of state funds. Where's that coming?
Well, I think that it's through interpretation of things that are passed from one person to another person. That's
Yeah.
why I think that we need to meet with him and
Yeah.
explain more. I don't think he realizes the withholding is because of an overpayment
Right.
that the central area had messed up on last year.
What I'm guessing happened is the same thing that the phone call that I got today from Senator Sheehy's representative. There was people in the community that reached out to them, talking about our senior center here in Havre. So I'm assuming somebody from the public went to Paul Tussency as a representative of our
Right.
Havre. That kind of the same thing. So I think, like I had that conversation with Thomas, Sheehy's rep. Having that same conversation with Paul Tuss over at Bear Paw.
So basically, he was kind of a little bit misinformed.
Yeah.
Right, well, I
Yeah.
think it's
That doesn't even
interpretation.
sound
People
right.
hear they're told one thing, what they hear, then what they pass on, so they may have heard it
Yeah.
second, third, fourth
When
hand.
I read it, I was like, what is going on?
I think it'd probably be good for us to meet with them.
I mean, I would hate for him to go to until he knows exactly why and where
Right.
it's coming.
Yeah, because these.
Because it started coming long before this one little overpayment.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll meet with Mr. Tuss and clear the air there. MGIA grant.
So yes, this is sent out by Commissioner Fox in Blaine County. I did respond back, but I haven't seen that you guys responded back. So what are your
I have
thoughts?
responded, I thought that we would talk about it at some point.
Yeah, and that's why I'm bringing it forward, because he sent this out before.
So we gave him
Yeah.
$1,000 last time and,
Well, he said that there's a chance he'd be coming back later. for
Right.
more.
And now he's asking for an increase possibly up to 5, and I stated
Right now, I
I
can't see
wasn't
us,
against that.
right now, I can't see us giving 5 for it. Not that I'm against it, but
This is for that mapping. Remember for Blaine County that they're going in and doing all the watershed mapping? And we have a huge part, and did you read the email? We have a significantly bigger area now.
yeah,
And he was already up here about a couple of months ago, and wasn't that when it was a little bit more closer to 10?
Yes,
yeah.
yes, they're only asking for the increase to the 5. Yeah. And I think it does benefit a huge area.
Well, even looking at
Hill County there, if you look at it, it's pretty good size over there.
right.
And we all know what the water issues are like anymore. Pretty important that we know what's going on with them.
I'm not against it. Where would we find the money?
Well, that was my second. I'm not against the increase, but I did state that I wasn't speaking for the commission. That
Right,
was
right.
me, but we as commissioners and the treasurer would need to have discussion on it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not exactly, because I forgot it. It was, I remember, and I forgot it. What? Because I forgot what the whole thing we're getting.
it's 2024, was it 2024, 2025?
Were you here?
I thought I was. here.
You came
To
in.
be honest, the $1,000 was in 2024, but it did not get lifted. In this last, I swear it was 3 months ago or something.
I thought for sure it was after I was in office and he came
Back.
in and talked
He
to us.
came back because the $1,000 in 2024, the 1,000 was done. He asked for that. You sent a letter.
Yes.
But then this last fall or sometime, that one didn't quite gain the whole momentum. He came back and it was something where we were asking, he says something like 10 because you could get 100,000. And that's what it's and that was what this one was about.
So if we were to increase that contribution amount,
Fill that up.
where would we get that from? Where's that $1,000 coming out of again?
The $1,000 never materialized we did not give $1,000. We only agreed to if the thing produced. But it did not all come,
Yes, they awarded them that grant.
this is the second one, not that 1,000. And so this is the 100,000 that he was here in the fall. Okay, I'll have to ask the exact time.
I think we need to go back and look at that a little better, but
Yeah,
I think we have wires out there.
Yeah, cause I was thinking as we gave 1,000, it was after I started.
He initially came and talked to us in 2024. Yes, we agreed to
Okay.
the $1,000.
Okay,
and we agreed upon it.
Oh.
And that award, grant ended up getting sat on because of all the government stuff. So they put a pause on it for quite some time, almost 6 months, 7
Mhm.
months. And then it came out that they were awarded. Now they're asking for us for a
I see
contribution.
that now that I read your little email. Yes, this was the 1,000.
Yes.
I see that now that I read your email.
Now they're asking if we wanted to increase our contribution to 5 from the 1,000 if possible.
And the 1,000 was coming out of the general at the moment.
Nice.
Huh?
Yeah, like I said, I want to, I think this is a good thing. I just worried about the money.
And where it's gonna come out of.
Yeah.
So where did the $1,000 come out for that? We contributed already,
Mm,
just
Just
in
the
general
general.
fund.
Yeah.
It can come a couple other places too. It's just, I was mixed up on which one I was talking about.
You know, one thing to look at is what is the risk versus reward? I mean,
The
is
thing-
there any risk? Probably not. I mean, I think they'll get the grant.
To ask them to do it. Cause I forgot. What totally was I gonna get out of it?
Detailed map of our entire watershed,
Mm-hmm.
like very detailed, which would help, which would help, streamline our water users and everything.
Okay, so I think I might to go, to get more benefit than not. Let me ask him one question and then. Maybe I'll tell you. I don't know, when are you gonna plan that tomorrow? Your decision?
What does he need to know?
Sure, 8 o'clock in the morning, just like everything else.
Oh,
Joking.
Jake's not hearing it, nobody is.
They can put me on blast on TV. Well,
Probably soon. For our next working session,
we'll move it
bring it up again.
to Monday. Do our due diligence in between, get a hold of Shane, get some more information.
Okay.
Do that.
Were you wanting to ask him anything?
Yeah, I wanted to ask again what I really was getting for it.
Okay.
I forgot.
Alrighty, .gov domain. Lexi, believe, was it the 29th?
Yeah. She sent out an email, our hillcounty.gov domain is approved by the federal government on 12/26. I'm in contact with DIS to get the process started. I thought we had already started that. I was a little confused.
well,
We did.
we did, well, we haven't really, we put in for it. And then that was during we couldn't put in for it because of during the shutdown.
Yeah.
So then when the shutdown was done, then, she had filled everything out and submitted it, and then we got a call.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that's why thought we were in the process of.
Yeah, we had talked about it, and then when we went to do it, it was too late.
And the request was made for Hill County.
We got what we had asked for on.
Yeah.
To it. But we gotta talk to the IS about the domain. Well, we just wanted, we did this so that we can mess with your email.
What is it supposed to be?
So we're all gonna be changing over to hillcountymp.gov now? Is that
Well,
what's
instead of a
going on?
.us, it'll be
Dot
.gov.
gov,
But it's hillcountymp.gov.
hillcountymt.gov, gov. Is what, on behalf of the .gov registry and cybersecurity and infrastructure security agency, I'm emailing because we are seeking additional information to verify a request we received from domain hillcounty.gov, purportedly on behalf of Hill County. Lexi submitted it. She is the county treasurer. They were just verifying that. I said, yeah, she's ours. So.
Well, by the time that you responded to them, I already talked to them on the phone because you got,
No. So. I think we just, yeah, follow up with Lexi on that, because I think we're all ready to go now, because the government shut down.
well, we got,
We're up
they
to it.
approved that, but we have to go work out.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Look at how much email I have already lost. I've lost everything.
from your .gov.
Now we have to do it again, and I couldn't get this one. I've lost a whole bunch from this one. Now we're gonna do it again. Holy
Right.
crap.
And I get the frustrations on that. It's,
Just look at exactly how many contacts you lose and exactly how many everything.
right. I think part of the reason with this is a more secure domain, for cybersecurity.
We think it is because we moved away from it already once.
You guys, county was a .gov at one time.
Yeah.
And what was the reason for leaving it then?
You wanted to focus?
Yeah. All right. Resolution for mileage meal rates 2026.
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Compensation Board meeting.
God, sorry. This is why I need
Sorry.
glasses. Compensation board meeting, for Lexi, or per Lexi. We need to get that rolling. We need to get,
So I'm in the calendar right now, the 17th in the afternoon. Don't we normally have it in the afternoon?
usually, yep.
Is 17th.
It is a Tuesday. Wednesday, we have our treasurer and a planning meeting from 1:30 to approximately 3:30 or 4.
What
I
day?
believe
I'm sorry, what day?
the 18th of March.
Oh, shoot, I'm Samsonite.
Yes, 17th and 18th of March. So it does look like the 17th would work out the best with our calendar. Nobody, I don't know if anyone's been responding back. I haven't heard that anyone has. I haven't seen it on an email anywhere,
Mhm.
other than Lexi said either works for her. So who's on that board is
Ken Kimley,
us commissioners, Lexi, is Kathy O on there?
I
No,
think so.
Kathy O, and is it Judge Barger or is it,
Kathy V,
oh, Kathy Bigelotti, that's right.
yeah.
So it's those,
And I think there was
5 or
two
6.
at-large, like, community members.
correct.
Ken Kimley and Bill was one at one time, but I think we traded you for a newer model. There, so
Smart, smart, very
So
smart.
who's the newer model?
I can't remember who we got.
Anybody.
Can't remember who we got to replace Bill. I'd have to go back and look, but I don't know if we even
I don't
put
think
somebody
we
in there, to be
did.
honest.
I think it's just Ken Kimley.
All right,
But either way, we just need to secure a date,
yeah.
move forward.
I do-
Should have asked earlier when we had a room full of people, if anybody wanted to be.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, let's wear green and do it this afternoon of the 17th of March,
okay, what time do we want? 2?
Joe. We want to send that out to get that on the calendar.
We can have Tiffany send it out to all those departments. If that day doesn't work, they'll start letting us know.
Right,
Yes.
then we can adjust and overcome.
March 17th at 2.
Yeah. Where the Ides of March. All right, resolution for mileage and meal rates. I seen, we just got an email today.
72.5 cents.
Yeah, 72 and a half, and then what was meals? I
I don't remember seeing the meals.
oh, that's my Serve Montana.
You had to go into a link or something.
You stopped all the meal amounts.
Meal amounts are now going to be for in-state meals, 11.20 for breakfast, 13.30 for lunch, 19.60 for dinner.
You already got anything that yours are different than that. So I think you should stay with what yours are currently.
We upped it last year, didn't we?
And so
We
I
went
think
to state rate.
that was mountains and mountains of discussion, so I
Yeah.
think you should leave them where they are.
Is it? Okay.
Did our mileage go up though,
Yeah, 2.5 cents.
from what we have it set at now?
Mileage, we've followed the mileage
But
mark.
the meals, we can leave the same, and we do usually leave those the same every year.
But the meals,
Did we go with
They-
meals?
they change.
Should we have those discussions again?
You looked it up. We went with those state rates, whatever they were. GPA, not GPA, G something you said. they
Yeah,
were under.
US or PSA or something.
Yeah.
Terminal.
But ours did not follow. We upped them.
So
We
we
did.
just need to make sure to change this in the resolution, correct? Or
Yeah, the
That it
mileage.
follows that.
Yep.
That just came out. That resolution, do we have that this week? On our agenda for our business meeting? Okay, but what Kathy's questioning was something totally different. The way the resolution is worded, is that an employee is to be reimbursed at a lower rate if using a personal vehicle when the county car is available?
No, we discussed all of that too, and that was months on discussion, and it came through to stop all that shit.
It was shot caller.
That was in a county officials meeting that we
Yes,
determined
it
all
went
that.
through months, and
Well, it's
That's
more
it.
multiple meetings, because we had
In
talked
April.
about that,
if they,
whether to go with that or, because at one time it was if there was a county vehicle available, then they were paid the reduced rate. And then I think we changed that to just go with the straight.
it's a
Straight rate.
straight flat rate. Somebody wants to take their car, they take their car, and that's what it is.
That was in
was-
Was
April
there
or
supposed to be
May.
approval by the supervisor or was it just, for the?
I remember motion on that.
Well,
I remember that.
supervisors are gonna approve it.
Um,
I mean, if I go,
We ran into that with like the road department or somebody.
huh?
We ran into that with
We'll
like
have
the
to
road
take a look and
department.
see I don't remember what we did last year.
Well, I have it right upstairs because I wanted to see if it was actually gonna pay right.
as with meal rates, towards the end of the resolution, should not something be mentioned in the resolution that the county will allow the higher rate at the discretion of the department head for meals?
We just went with a flat down rate over each meal.
I think that's necessary.
I'd have to go back and look at the minutes. I mean, I'm not discarding what you're saying. I think, there's a lot of validity there. I just want to lay eyeballs on it.
Yeah.
And that would be into the county officials meeting if I was in April and May.
I hope so.
No, we've already
We did.
discussed it 33 and a
Several
half
times.
times.
Is this the half?
All right.
Sorry for the people that are still online watching this.
I wonder if I checked that. All right. Open enrollment and wellness. Sherry Copeland from Mako on December 22nd. Let's see.
So yes, there's another one there. We need to figure out the date and when, I guess they're waiting on us to okay a date for them to come up, do the open enrollment.
When,
Uh,
historically,
Do
when
they,
we,
do they have a suggested date in there?
28th or the 29th of April. Which is a Tuesday or Wednesday.
They already have a date. I'd say let's go with it.
And this is what she has, time, open enrollment, afternoon, the 28th at the Sheriff's Department and the Detention Center from 3 to 5. And on the 29th from 7 AM to 5, locations to be discussed. If possible, it'd be best for foot traffic. Traffic at the conference room at the bottom floor of the courthouse. I think she's talking about that.
yeah. Which, yeah, looking at our schedule,
Well, I guess if it's open.
And wellness from 7 to 9:30 AM on Wednesday, April 29th, which is that same day. They must be doing both things.
well, first come, first serve, we're open at those dates and times.
Okay.
It's just they were gonna start the blood draw twice a year. Oh, that wellness.
That'll be
is
good.
there.
I guess
So,
we just need to see if this room's available.
basically,
Yeah. Which,
I'm good.
I didn't see any issue with those dates either.
oh,
And Amanda,
is Amanda online?
yeah, Amanda, 80.
Hey, Amanda. You with us? 29th?
We'll have to find out. Yep, the 28th, oh, sorry, 29th, 29th,
20th is up at the sheriff department, 20th, yeah.
correct.
Oh. What are the hours?
7 AM to 5 o'clock. Which is nice.
We're online, we're good.
Okay. So, do you want me to go let Kathy know that yes, we're a go on these dates and we already have the Timmons room reserved?
Sure. I'll throw that out the email.
Kathy that was wondering about this.
Okay. We solved one thing. Right?
Took an hour and 15 minutes.
Hour and 15 minutes, we finally got ourselves a resolution.
It's been over 2 hours.
Getting there, getting there. All right, requested letter of support from Alexandra Emanet.
I think Bill can speak
Yeah,
part of this.
well, I haven't talked to her. We were gonna set up another meeting for her to talk to us about that.
You wanna reach out to her?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Bill will reach out. Okay. ARPA funds for Hill County, North Haver County Water District Water System. I thought that was all an ended deal.
Well,
I thought that was like one of the first things we did with our ARPA.
well, yeah, they still had 50,000 or maybe 59 that they could come up and spend if they could. And, that they still could spend, and I believe they do have it. I didn't talk to Mike yet.
So we allocated,
Huh?
I don't know if you've got to see that yet or not.
No, I don't. So then what happens is, I think this has already been done and talked about, because this is only if. And I think they asked for an extension to maybe get a little bit more. And this money should then they turn it in.
Do we apply for that extension?
They already did.
Okay.
They did, and then this is one that comes straight from the state. Well, the state, I mean, they apply, it's MAG money is what it is.
No, future grant.
It's all MAG money, so it's.
I'm trying to remember, who is the contact person for the North Haver Water, the gal's name?
Well, I always contact, Gabrielle Peterson's the secretary. Which I've talked to her, the two, and I always talk to Mike because he's on email. I email him all the time, so I have it. Or Carl for Plugan,
Okay,
but they've already did all that. It's all made.
so it is a done deal?
They applied for an extension, yeah.
Okay, so do we have to allocate any more ARPA dollars?
No, it's allocated.
It's all done. Well, I mean, we're in the 26 now, so,
Right, right. It was all done.
okay. Put that to bed. Last but not least, Montana Resiliency Fund, notice of intent and state NOFO.
Well, that's what Jonathan had sent out to us today.
Okay,
Have you guys got to read it
Yeah.
yet?
I didn't read it, but I saw I'd gotten something from that.
And he sent out an application, but we have a deadline of the 7th on it by
But-
5 o'clock. So I
That's
felt that we
Wednesday.
needed to really probably look at this.
That's Wednesday, right?
Yes,
What is it for?
oh, is this the Gildards deal?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
So we have to get a notice of interest submitted. And it's due by January 7th at 5 PM.
Okay,
So I think that's something probably should get.
yeah,
So it's just the notice of interest, not the full, but
right.
Well, it's a grant, submitting a grant application, so it's in your paperwork, it'll show you, there's two different things here.
Application submission and then,
hard. So just the
It's a guideline.
notice of intent that we're going to.
I'm comfortable moving forward with a notice of
Which
intent.
is this cost?
I don't think,
It's a 3-to-1 match.
There's two different things you have to submit here. We have a
What's that?
notice of intent, and that looks like
I
it's for the grant.
suggest you stay out if it's a 3-to-1.
Also, do not go forward with this.
No, I haven't seen it, but what I'm saying is, what is it for? What do you use?
In their house.
Or to move Gildart's house for its funding to help out with that cost or that
I don't know, I
budget.
have to read it. Right.
if the Army Corps of Engineers tells us we have to. Which I'm assuming they will.
So if you get the award granted to you or that this grant awarded, you don't necessarily have to use it.
I don't believe so. I mean, I'd double check with Jonathan, but. Well, it's just their application stuff, okay.
So where are you gonna get that 20,000 to prepare this?
Oh, talk to Mickey.
What?
Talk to Mickey. It's half the price of a fence he wanted.
Mickey?
Yeah,
Oh,
there.
never mind.
Actually, I mean, if this is intended for him, we should probably have that conversation with him.
But the, we talked about this when we had the real.
He did.
You just have to have that
Hi, Colleen.
Going, Bill.
Go to the restroom.
Oh, we're just writing.
What do you got there? Oh, sweet. Oh, you need some help here in a bit? Okay. Fun.
Secretarial stuff.
Ah, yes. Ah, gotcha.
But we'll be up there tomorrow, 9 to 3 if you.
I might pop on in. Say hello. Right on. See ya. Oh, we're pausing. Okay.
Got up and went to the bathroom. I said, you don't. I thought he thought the meeting was over.
And we just gotta approve our agendas. I don't think anybody's here that wants to talk with agenda items anymore.
I'm cleared out, please. You ever find the calendars? Are they in? Is there a folder?
You know, I did find out.
Oh, they are.
Proposed. Oh. I think I have mow it next week. Let me double check. Yep. Tuesday, Wednesday.
At all?
Nope.
She should.
We're still rolling.
Oh, I thought we were paused.
You have any invoices to review today?
It's tentative.
Which one?
Business meeting for 12. Yeah. The 15th, sorry.
The 14th?
The 15th. This is tentative for a commissioner business meeting.
I think it was if we wanted to move them to Wednesday or continue on with the Thursdays, because our resolution is gonna have that information in it. If we want to keep them on Thursdays, then,
And possibly this might be moved to a Wednesday.
well, depending on what we want our resolution to look like for our meetings moving forward. I think we decided we were just gonna keep them on Thursday, but if we wanted to broach that subject again, then sorry about that. We're just going over calendars.
Was flooding. Did you see the email that I sent from Ashley Kent?
Sounds familiar.
Yes, why do you keep sending it?
What do you mean keep sending it?
Or
I sent
why did
once a
you
long
send
time
it?
ago to her. She's been gone.
But I guess what's your point behind it?
Well, because we had some question regarding that verbiage, so I sent it to her and then forgot all about it because she was out. And then she replied today, so I just forwarded it on to all of you.
Okay. I added that
Oh,
on
yeah.
there. HRDC meeting that night.
Oh, sweet.
I did think it was interesting what she had, because this is what we had in there, and this is what she had suggested. And the attachments are interesting too.
And I brought that information forward on that working session, that if we're proposing our hours are from 9 to 5 or whatever, then we should be recording from 9 to 5. And I think that's what got that discussion going again.
I have Moet. That's from 1 to 3. Oh. All right. Just, should have this on there. But, I have my Montana Opiate Abatement Trust, board meeting, from 1 to 3 o'clock on Zoom that Tuesday, so we'll add that to the list. Boom, boom. Got it.
Has all the names that were up there been, were they all marked down too? I mean, I guess it is recorded, but I don't know if it shows all the names.
I didn't do that. I should have. Yeah, no. I can go back through and write them all down, because there was a lot more on there at one
Yeah.
time. All right. Getting to the end of the endurance. round. Public comments on non-agenda items. Public comments on agenda items. Hearing none. Meeting adjourned. 16:03. Thank you, everybody online that kept with us throughout this whole thing.
You need to.
Stop the recording.
Yeah.
Right here.
Is it under miscellaneous up there? Or- Stop recording.
Stop.